if y'all only got a couple more questions, because he's trying to get here.
Do you think it's going to be benefit the young guys playing in the game? You know, so much hype, so much how much the crowd's going to be into it, all that kind of stuff.
Sure, I feel like we've been but I feel like at some point in our careers or whatever, we've been through something like this. If it was obviously Zion or Bi and them playing with LeBron or us playing in the playoffs, I think at some point we've kind of all been through it now. Um, I do think coming back and playing against the Lakers is always uh, something here because apparently there's a lot of Laker fans here and there's a lot of like purple and gold in the stands, but that's kind of crazy. But yeah, we're gonna come out and play as hard as we can, and we expect to win just like every other game.
As an LA guy, I mean, do you feel like you helped Anthony get an appreciation for some of the challenges of adapting to going to Southern California?
No, not at all. I live like outside of LA County for that reason. Do not like being in the mix.
Since there's a sample set now, like what's your takeaways with how your team is adjusted with entering the season without Zion?
I think we've done well, really, considering not only Zion, but I feel like there was one point we had like 6 players on our team, and we still got some wins and strung some wins. But I think our chemistry built. We went through diversity and kind of got punched, but I felt like we came out swinging. So.
Thank you, Drew.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Big game on Wednesday, huh?
It's another NBA game, yeah. I mean, still have 64 left after that one, so y'all can make it what you want to. It's an NBA game that we're playing, against a really good team.
Will it be odd seeing Anthony in another jersey, coaching against him for the first time?
Well, yeah, I think anytime that happens, it's a little bit odd. I'm sure it's going to be odd for him coming back here, playing for another team. But as we know, that's part of the NBA. He's not the first person that have done it, and I'm sure he won't be the last. So it's just part of what the NBA is.
Maybe a message. Obviously, you've been up and down with the fan base here as well, for the fans and how they receive him tomorrow and how he's treated tomorrow during the game.
I can't answer that. That's for the fans to determine. They pay their money, they buy their tickets, and they have it's their prerogative to do whatever they feel is necessary to do. I memean, if you're talking about my personal relationship, I think AD's a great kid and a great player. And it is what it is. At some stage in any conversation, that stupid statement is going to come about. It is what it is, but that's basically it. He's a really good kid that is a terrific basketball player.
Do you have to tell the young guys on this team that are former Lakers anything about how to handle a game where the emotions might be high or anything tomorrow?
No, I just tell them they got to play their game, and obviously you don't want to get outside the box. We've got to try to be consistent in what we're doing. As I said, we're playing against, the best team in the league if you talk record-wise. So, you have to be mistake-free as you can possibly be. And obviously you got to find a way to create some offense, to score some points. But, we're playing against a great team.
When you guys got Brandon and Lonzo and Josh, what were your expectations of what they could do for you, and how's that matched up with what you've seen so far?
Well, I mean, we thought that they're good young players, and it's going to take them a while to reach their potential. Nothing has changed on that. They're still learning. They're still good, hard-working kids, and I think they're going to be what we expect them to be. But as I said, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You're talking about very young players and very young guys that have now been thrust into being in a completely different system than they were in. So they're learning the system all over again, and that takes a little time.
Do you think those guys are going into the game feeling like they want to prove something or want to show the Lakers something?
I'm sure everybody feels that way. You know, I mean, that's a natural feeling. You know, I'll ask you guys, if you got traded from one newspaper or one TV station to the other, would you not want to be better when the 10 o'clock telecast came on and you were going against them? When you want to have the better, you would try for the better ratings, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay, well then, you know, why is it different for any athlete? I don't get that. You know, if you're the CEO of a Fortune 500 company and they let you go at Hewlett Packard and they hire you somewhere else, aren't you going to try to kick Hewlett Packard's ass?
Yeah, they make way more money than us.
Okay,
So.
all right, all right. Then that's what it is. You know, you got to make. I know everybody want to make a big deal out of this thing, but you know, we're playing against a really, really good basketball team with one guy that's the top 5 player in the league, and the other guy is maybe the best player that ever played the game, other than one other guy that you would probably argue against. So that's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about that, you know, and all the other outside stuff or anything, it doesn't really matter anyway, you know. I think if you ask every guy on our team, they'll tell you that they like AD and he's a good guy, you know. So, you know, I don't know where we're trying to get to with this, but, you know, that's the bottom line. He's a good guy that's playing on another team now, you know. And I think if you listened last night, he'll tell you, I like New Orleans and I like the people there, and I had a good time when I was there, you know.
Alvin, when you scout the film for this, I mean, do you feel even the need to like watch plays with AD? I mean, do you just know him so well that you kind of needing to scout him just isn't necessary?
We know LeBron well too. We've seen him for 17 years now. So I mean, I you know, familiarity doesn't necessarily give you an opportunity to be able to guard guys or anything like that. There's a ton of guys in this league that we can tell you everything they're going to do. You know Steph Curry well. You know, he still got 53 when he came here one game. So. You know, like I said, I think the bottom line is this, guys. We're playing against a really, really good basketball team that has the best record in the NBA. We're playing against 2 great players and a lot of other players that are very good complementary players. And in order for us to win, we'll have to play great basketball, and we'll have to be, you know, we'll have to manage our turnovers, and we'll have to be able to get back in transition, and we'll have to be able to rebound the basketball.
Do you think Favors and Hart will be able to go?
Derek is day to day, and then Josh is. I think that maybe he'll be able to play, but we'll have to see at the warm-ups tomorrow.
Was Derek able to practice today?
No, he wasn't.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
No questions, Uncle.
I guess if you could, does this game, I assume it has some type of special meaning for you. It's not just another game, right?
It's just another game. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we're a team just trying to, one, get healthy, and we're just trying to keep getting better, and you know, just try to focus on playing hard. And this is just another game, another opponent. You know, this is the most important game to us right now because it's our next game. And then after that game's over, then it's OKC. That's the most important game of the season. And after that, it's OKC again. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's just another game.
Has it been weird to watch this Lakers team play out just from afar?
Not really. I mean, I don't watch them too much. You know, I've seen a couple like half games and stuff like that. You know, they're doing well with you know, there's guys in that team. Oh, there's 2 guys in that team that was there. 3 guys that was there when I was there. Well, 4. Yeah, whatever. Same. You get the gist. There was guys there that when I was there, and I'm happy for those guys and getting the you know, the credit, you know, for what they deserve. My fault, BI. But no, I'm happy to see them do well.
How you feel about your stance for tomorrow?
You know, did practice today for the first time in like 3 weeks. Go through a shoot around tomorrow and kind of see how it feels.
Does wanting to play the Lakers help the healing process?
Wanting to play in general helped the healing process. I heard in the first half of the Houston game, I played the rest of the game. It wasn't because that was Houston or whatever, just because I'm competitive and I want to play. So, it's the fact that I go out there and play basketball. That helps the healing aspect.
What do you take away from your time playing there?
It's a long season, a lot of ups and downs, and just kind of just always, stay positive. I think that's the biggest thing. No matter. We just lost 2 games in a row, but we can, win 3 in a row and stuff like that. So just kind of stay positive. It's a long season, and just kind of just be together with your guys.
All things considered, do you feel like you're given a fair shake?
I don't know. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't do as well as we wanted to last year. I think that was mostly due to injuries. Obviously Brown was out. B.I. missed games. Zoe missed a lot of games. I missed a lot of games. You can just go down the list of guys that missed games. So, I mean, it happens. They did what they think was best for the franchise, and it's a business, and I'm all for that. I'm in a great situation. All 3 of us are in a great situation. AD's in a great situation. So I think it was a win-win in both in that trade.
What do you think you're expecting from that environment tomorrow in the ring?
I expect them to be loud. I expect them to be behind us, as they've been all season. Obviously, I think the city might have some extra energy, towards it, but hopefully that's not just a one-game thing. At the end of the day, we think we're 6-10 right now, and we're fighting, but we need the crowd to be into it. We need the crowd to be, fuller. We need New Orleans to kind of come out and support us fully. So that's kind of what I expect for tomorrow and kind of expect for the rest of the season.
Josh, is there something we said after the trade talks were kind of looming over the team for the second half of last season? Sort of once that's over, once everything's happened, obviously a lot of upheaval for your life, but is there a sense of relief that accompanied that? Okay, it's over. Like I can kind of reset.
To be honest, if you look at all the trade rumors and all the trade stuff that got out, like the quote-unquote offers and et cetera, my name really wasn't in it. Like there was packages, and I'm sure my name was in some of the packages, but anything that got out, my name was never in it. Even right before it actually happened, my name was never in it. The only time my name was actually in it was when it actually happened. So for me, I was good. I was just chilling. I was just like, whatever happens, happens. So now obviously, looking back on it, it's a growing situation. I think for everyone in that situation, I think everyone is kind of where they're supposed to be, and everyone's doing well. Like I said, AD's doing well. BI's having an all-star caliber year. Joe and myself are having better years. So yeah, it's cool. We're all having fun. Cool. Thank you, guys.
So I guess, how are you feeling going to your first game against your former team?
I feel good about it. Another day for progression and getting better for individually and get better as a team. Same routine, different game plan, just going in trying to play the hardest we can.
You always seem so even keel, but maybe what we don't see, will your emotions be any different for this game just because you were there for several years?
I don't think my emotions will be any different. I think I'll try to be more relaxed in my gameplay, trying to be the same person, the same consistent person in what I'm doing, getting into the paint, kicking out, being aggressive to the lane and playing defense.
Have you spent much time wondering what might have happened or how your future might have been changed if that injury hadn't come up for you and you had, of course, missed the latter part of the season?
Absolutely. I think in the beginning stage, I thought a lot about what would happen, but I know everything happens for a reason. And I just look at the recovery. I look at what I could have done after the recovery was done. So I'm happy where I am now, just being a month in working out and coming into the season.
Brandon, from your perspective, what was it like for Lonzo, getting in as a high pick and dealing with all the attention with his dad and in that way, and how it kind of compares this year for him?
I'm not sure how it was for him. On the outside, it looked like he handled it pretty well. Besides the injuries and stuff, when he was on the basketball floor, he impacted the game in a big way, whether it was passing, getting into the lane, making others better on the basketball floor. I think he did a pretty good job in his rookie and sophomore year.
Is there maybe a sense of patience that you have to have, knowing that you're becoming kind of the go-to guy and one of the faces of this franchise, but they're in a different spot maybe than where the team you were now is, and maybe closer to a championship?
Everything is a learning process. I think coming into this organization, you never know what you're going to get anywhere. Coming into a new team, new guys, new coaches. So you just try to find ways of how you can be effective in the offense and defense, and just go from there. Like I said, you just try to keep getting better and better each and every day, and listening and trying to be coachable.
Do you think going through a game with this kind of hype, this type of excitement is going to be good for the team, just to go through something like this?
I look at it as a regular game. The same thing, we just continue to build. We always just worry about ourselves and what we can do. So we look back at film every time we win or lose and see some of the things we can get better and just go get better at.
AD said the other night that he thinks that you three guys who were involved in the trade are going to want to rip their heads off to prove a point. Do you kind of, have you been cautioned against sort of going in the game maybe too aggressive or trying to look for your shot instead of trying to, I don't know, maybe having more composure?
Or are we proving the point too?
I think he meant to the Lakers, but yeah.
I guess it's no bad blood. It's all respect to that organization. That's the organization that drafted us, so they made our dream come true. Like I said, it's the same thing. We know in any game we have to be the aggressive coming in every single night on the defensive end, first of all. And I think that helps out the rhythm of our offense. So we're going to try to come in aggressive and help that be our identity for every game.
Have you watched a bunch of Lakers games this year?
I watch basketball. I watched a bunch of Lakers, Spurs, whatever team comes on TV. So I know the Lakers are a really, really good team. They have really, really good pieces on their team. It's going to be an exciting game.
Who do you think on and so many players changes, or does it even feel like the organization you joined a couple of years ago? It just feels like completely new.
I don't know. I'm not there anymore. I really can't.
I just mean from the outside.
From the outside, it's a better team. It's a better team. They got better players. I think Frank Vogel is doing a really, really good job in meshing everybody together and helping everybody do what they do well. So I think it's run very well.
Brandon, what's your takeaway so far in the season? How you guys have dealt with Dr. Zion's absence, with all the different injuries you guys been in and out on it?
I think guys have stepped up in those roles. Nico has done a really, really good job stepping into that forward position and knowing what he does well, and he does really good. Jackson has stepped up. A lot of guys just stepping in different roles and just trying to do their best at it, and I think they're doing a pretty good job of just continue to get better.
Once Zion comes back, what do you think you guys can do?
Well, it's another really, really good player, athletic, can get to the basket, and everybody is just going to have to play us honest. I don't think you can send two guys at one person. So it creates a lot of openness for everybody else and for itself. So it's going to be another different look.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.